Hey guys, today I'm back and I'm doing a review. I know I haven't been posting a lot because I've been quite busy, but today I made some time because I'm reviewing Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs today, and I'm really excited because I finished this I think last week, and so I can't wait to share my thoughts and give you a non-spoiler review and some talk with spoilers after that. So let's get started. So, Library of Souls is the third and final book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I have books 1 and 3 here. I don't have the second one because my friend is borrowing it, so it's not currently in my possession, but these are the books. And so Library of Souls immediately takes after Hollow City, and if you don't know what Hollow City is about, I won't explain that because that's also spoilers, but book 1 is basically about Jacob Portman, who his grandfather tells him lots of stories about peculiar children, and he learns about them, and he thinks they're just tales and stuff, but one day his grandfather dies. I'm not sure how much of this is spoilers, so you might not want to hear what I'm saying, but he dies, and so he figures out he sees this thing that kills him. I really don't remember because I read this like 4 years ago. Please forgive me, but his grandpa dies, and he goes to Wales with his father, and thereon he finds the peculiar children. And yeah, so if that interests you, I definitely recommend you read the series because it's really great. It's really adventurous and it has some humor in it, and I really enjoyed that, especially in the third book. So now that this book was finally released, I was so excited to read it. So obviously I enjoyed every second that I was reading this book. I took a while to read it because I was busy between school, and I really didn't want to rush through it. I know some people finished it so much quicker than I did, but I really enjoyed it, and I like how I paced myself. I didn't try to finish it so quickly. I took my time with it. But there was a lot of adventure in this book again, and I really enjoyed that because that's what makes these books fun, and I really enjoyed it for that. I know there's some humorous parts in this book which I really enjoyed as well. And so everything basically comes together really nicely in this conclusion and of this trilogy. I really enjoyed how Ransom put it all together, and I really enjoyed it overall. I think I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, or 4.5 out of 5, if anything less than 5. I thought it was really good. I definitely recommend it. I don't think many people will be upset. I don't think you'll be upset if you read this because there was nothing disappointing about it, unless you really wanted some things to go bad, because this conclusion was not a bad ending. It was a happy ending, so don't worry about that, and it was really good. And there's just some bigger concepts that are also explored in this book, so I definitely recommend you read it because you'll learn a bit more about the peculiar world and a lot of things that happen, and I won't go into any more, but it's a great book, and clap for Ransom Riggs. He did a great job with this one. So now I'll talk about some spoilers because I want to talk about some aspects in this book. And so if you haven't read it, you can leave this video, read the book. Yeah. So, Emma and Jacob and Addison and Sharon and everybody else who went into Devil's Acre, that reminded me a bit of The Mortal Instruments, Book 6, City of Heavenly Fire, where the whole clan crew goes into hell, or from what I remember, it's the place where nobody comes back. That kind of reminded me of Devil's Acre and vice versa. Like, I tend to think of other things when I read some books, so like if I remember something if something catches my attention that the characters do in one book, I'll refer it to another book, but that's just a thought. But anyway, I really enjoyed how they went into Devil's Acre, and they explored some really dark stuff in there that has never been revealed before in the books. I also really enjoyed how Jacob can now, it's discovered that Jacob can now control hologas, and I thought that was a really cool power. But I like how Ransom didn't abuse it, because since it's such a powerful thing to have, it's easy to just say he gets an army and he defeats Call and whoever was on his side. But he did put some obstacles in between, and not everything was as easy as you would like it to be, or as it could be. So I really enjoyed how that was put together. I also started to have some sympathy for the Hollows. I don't know why, but the fact that Jacob can control them and how they were used, it just, I don't know, it's really weird, but yeah. I also wasn't sure if I should have trusted Bentham. Bentham, is that how you say his name? Bentham, Cole, and Miss Peregrine's brother. I wasn't sure if I could trust him because at first he seemed really strange, and the fact that he had that peculiar doll, the wax doll, I thought that was really weird. It just seemed all so fishy to me. But once he started to actually help Emma and Jacob, I pushed that thought away. I didn't really think he would actually like do anything like that. Because I know Ransom Riggs usually does, he has a plot twist in every book. So I was expecting one, but then I pushed it away. I didn't think that it would actually happen, but then it did. And so I was almost there. And it makes me kind of sad because I was kind of rooting for Bentham, so oh well. But he did help them in the end, so I'm satisfied with that. And I don't think he was all evil. I think he had probably some good side to him, but you know, things change. And around the ending, when Jacob decided to go home, I was kind of worried he was going to that psychiatric place. His parents wanted to send him away because he thought he was going crazy. I was really worried for Jacob at that time. I had a couple pages left, like maybe 20, and I was so worried that Jacob was going to go. It was going to end badly. And so I'm really glad that the Peculiars came and saved him, and they basically live with him now. It's perfect ending. Although, so from what I understand, the loop collapsed, so now the Peculiars don't have to age forward very quickly. Instead, they age like normal people, and I thought that was really cool. It seems like the only way that Emma and Jacob could have been together and everybody else be together so he could still see the Peculiars, so I really enjoyed that because I wasn't sure whether I wanted Jacob to stay away from his parents and live with the Peculiars or to go home and suffer being normal. So I'm really happy that that happened. It didn't feel forced for me. I could see that some people would probably see it as forced or that it would be the easy way out to this conclusion, but I personally enjoyed it. So the ending was a happy ending, and I really enjoyed that because not a lot of people died. Only one person died, and I forget, somebody in book 2, but nobody died. Nobody really died, so I really enjoyed how Ransom decided to keep everything good, because if any of the Peculiars died, I would have been so sad. Very sad. It was the happy ending, and I'm really glad that it happened that way because I think the Peculiars deserve their happy ending. And yeah. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this book. If you haven't picked it up, please go do. You'll probably enjoy it a lot. And also, I'd like to share my favorite photo from this book. So, there's a lot of good photos in this book, but the one I really like is not because it looks good or anything. I just think it's really funny. So, on page 259, no, sorry, 359, there's a picture of Call, and I don't know, this picture just makes me laugh because he looks kind of ridiculous. I don't know, it's probably the century, that's why maybe he looks so weird, I don't know. But if I saw this as my enemy, I don't think I'd be very threatened, but I don't know, I just thought it was quite funny. It's weird, but that's Call for you. And yeah, the pictures also, if I forgot to mention, the pictures make a great story and they intertwine so perfectly. And yeah, so if you haven't read Library of Souls, go do. You'll probably enjoy it. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.